All right, welcome back. Now this is how Premiere Pro looks when you open it. You're going to see these couple of windows here. Basically, it's asking you whether you want to open an existing project or you want to create a new project. Since we are assuming that you're starting this, you never used Premiere Pro before, you're going to click on New Project. If this window is not showing up by any chance, you can also open or close a new project by going to File here and using these things. But since we have this window right now, we're going to click on New Project. And what the project basically means is whatever thing that you're working on. Let's say you're making a documentary, you're going to title it as documentary so-and-so, interview so-and-so. In this case, we're going to be doing our first edit, which is, there are a couple of clips which have these waterfalls, nice trees, so it's basically nature related. And we're going to put some nice audio tracks. So it's going to be a very simple edit, so we're going to call it Beautiful Nature, this project. So I already have created this project before. I'm just going to call it Beautiful Nature 1 because this already exists. And of course, the location is going to be wherever you want to save this project as. So this is like a project document, so that let's say you're working on your clips and your audio, you're doing some editing, but you don't finish it in one go and you want to open it again and you'll start from wherever you stop. So we need to always have a project document like a Premiere Pro project, just like in Photoshop, in Lightroom, you have PSD, Photoshop document. So this is your project document basically. And it always is good to be organized. So you can see I've put this all in a nice way under Premiere Pro course, Premiere Pro projects for students. And under this is a folder called Beautiful Nature. This has all the clips also, as we'll see later on. Right now, I'm just going to select this folder, and under this folder, this project will be saved as Beautiful Nature 1. Rest of the things you can just keep it same. It does not really matter. Once you click on OK, you're going to see something like this. You might not see something exactly like this. If I remember correctly, when Premiere Pro starts for the first time, I think the workspace, this is called as your workspace, by the way, the space where you're going to do all the work. And I know right now it can look a bit daunting. Don't worry, it's very, very easy. But basically you can change your workspace also. I think when you start off, I think you must be seeing something like this, because I think it starts off with the learning default look of the workspace. I am not a big fan of this look, so I usually, you can go to Window, Workspaces. I really like color a lot. All right, and color looks something like this. We get some couple of extra panels also, which are important. There's just one change I like to make in this color panel, and you can make any number of changes. A lot of video editors, when you become more advanced into it, they like to completely customize their own look and save it as a preset and use only that. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now, because as a beginner, to be frank, you can use any of these. Initially, we are just learning, but I like color, so I would suggest that you go for that. One change I like to make is, and you may not understand that right now, but let me just try to explain that to you. This particular panel here, which is called Timeline, this is the most important panel, because this is where all your editing is going to take place, like your cutting of the clips, putting the audio, cutting of these all things and putting them together, putting different clips together. All the work will take place here. So I like this to be a little bigger than what it already is. So what I like to do is, first of all, if you see this panel here, which says something like project, and you can see this panel, you can move around these panels according to your own liking. So what I like to do is, just so that this becomes a bit bigger and we have more space, I like to just move this to the right here. You can fix it anywhere you want. You can see it just highlights that portion. I'm just holding down my mouse button, and if I leave my mouse button now, it'll come right here. You can see, boom. And what I like to do is, if I just, this middle thing here, which says program, this stands for program monitor or the program window. What's going to happen is, when you do all your editing here, the preview of how that video looks, every time you make a change here, the preview of the video will keep running here. So you can see we have the play button. So when you click on the play button, whatever changes you're making here will start reflecting here. You can actually see the preview of the video that you're editing. So the reason why I like to have this look is for two things. One is, like I already told you, this should be big, so this looks good. Secondly, you often have to move your eyes from here to there, because you're making the changes, you're looking here. You're making your changes, you're looking here. And what happens is, in the default look, if you remember, this was on the right side. So your eyes have to do more work. You're looking here, then you have to just slightly look on the right. It's not a big deal, but remember, video editing can be time consuming and tedious, and if you keep on doing that, you're just making your eyes work slightly more. So I just like to, you're looking down here and then you just have to look up in order to see the video, which is going to be running here. So it just kind of saves you a little bit of effort, which can be important in the long run. But like I said, it's no big deal even if you don't do this. But ultimately, I feel it's slightly more efficient, right? You don't really have to know about the other panels right now. In fact, you don't have to know about any of the panels right now. If you're getting confused, don't worry. This is a kind of software which comes to life when we put in the clips and we actually start editing, and that is exactly what we're going to do, because that is the best way to learn. Otherwise, you might get a bit confused. So from the next video onwards, all we're going to do is we have our project ready to edit. We're going to start importing some clips and some audio. We'll put it all together in the timeline and hopefully we'll create a beautiful looking video. And that's when you understand what all these panels here do. Of course, we're going to go one by one to everything that you're seeing here. So don't worry about anything. This was just about the layout, the workspace. Hope you like this video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.